Productions. Usually I wait till 6, but I started a little early, so I think we can get started. Um, it's just gonna be some nice drawing to do. We'll be doing some simple Pathfinder designs, and we'll be lessons. I don't know how much the art will actually pull down, but we'll be doing some character design drawing a little bit. Just kind of chilling out. Feel free to mention anything you're doing in chat. In reason, of course. You can find any of the old streams over on the. Let's see if this works. Yeah, yay, it works. So you can find all the archive streams over on the YouTube channel that's listed there, youtube.com Bug-Free Productions. I think I forgot something today. What did I forget? That's right. Let me just switch this back over. And it's working. It's very big. Maybe not. Let's see the. Alright. And as always, you can watch live at twitch.tv at jibs.bfp. And we'll be just doing some Pathfinder stuff. Fix all my screens. Sorry for all the blank screens that it shows. I haven't quite figured out how I like to do some of that stuff, so let's see how it goes. And actually maybe I can kind of do this well. That's not gonna be very convenient, is it? No, it's not. There we go. Trying to get some more space. I suppose if I wanted to put my color somewhere else I could, but it just doesn't seem like it would be a good idea. Anyway, so let's zoom in a little bit, scroll over. So, I think brush-wise, I'm gonna go with a nice little round felt, which is generic in Affinity Photo. I just like doing that for easy. I'll probably get some new brushes here at some point, but for currently, I'm feeling pretty good with these ones, and we'll leave this on and go to, where can I go to? This one, and we'll go to, and just flip this soundtrack. Listen to the jazzy style while it plays. Okay, this, and we'll continue here. So, didn't really do any warm-up sketching. So, lines are going to be a bit weird right off the some of those weird lines out. And as you can see, we're not trying strictly human creatures today. We're gonna branch out a little bit and do some. What would it be? Some like Pathfinder characters that are not human. They're gonna be mostly kobolds. Because I have one character I kind of want to bring in a kobold. So we have over on the other screen with ancestries of kobold, and I'm actually gonna probably duplicate and throw over what would it be? We'll need kobolds, but we'll also need character creation classes. And kind of the idea with this one is that it's going to be a paladin or some type of holy class, because I didn't know if magus really fit. So I'm going to do a little sketching. I think actually what I settled is it's going to be some type of no, what was it? It was actually fighter. I just want a simple, straightforward fighter. Because I wanted the breath weapon and all that sort of stuff to kind of be a separate idea. So it's got kind of like his training versus skill idea. So we want to show a couple concepts of skill. Holy. GHT? Knight. Skill Holy Knight, and the reason that's separate is skill Holy Knight, and I think that's pretty much it. So why a fighter and not a champion? I was thinking Holy wouldn't come from the normal thing of just being a religious character. I thought instead make his dragon heritage. There's like an ethereal dragon in Pathfinder 2. So that one's going to be nice for that part of the campaign, I think. Not the part of the campaign, you know, as a character in there that makes you interesting as a character, rather than just a paladin. Um, so let's go ahead and open, add a layer maybe, if I remember how to do such things. So we got Pixel there, and gonna get the kobolds up and we'll use this blue kobold just because he's a little easier to see more of the anatomy of him. But it's basically normal anatomy, except for the part where. So it's something like that. But they have like horns. And that this one has like horns like that. And we can kind of just. So it comes down, but then also goes back out. So maybe something like that. And theirs is a little different. They have like eyes up front where they plan them. Not sure I like how that comes out. Of course, I don't draw a lot of. Yeah, this is gonna be bad at first because I don't draw any beast creatures, especially on tablet. This is what the art stream that I'm just me trying to get used to doing things digitally instead of on a sketchbook, which is where I'm usually most comfortable. Um, especially when I do finished work, I strongly tend to sketch first, traditionally, and then bring stuff in. And these, that's not really important to learning how this works. This character works, the hand doesn't, but um, yeah. And if you look up Pathfinder 2E, you know what. You go to the archives for nothing, so you need to um, at least you'll see it. Um, yeah, they have the eyes so much closer, and it's not back at all. So let's give that a 2. Oh, can we? Can't. Okay. Click it first. Create new level. I'm not used to this, so I feel like I double tap. So a lot of that double delete comes from. So let's try this again. Just the head. Gotta really zoom up. and then it comes around and goes out forward. So it comes down, and then their jaw, from where this is here, so this comes in a little bit. And then they're like just something like that. And then something more like that, and they bring their eye about here, so maybe let's try that. And something about this. It looks good in their art. It feels really weird when I'm drawing it, honestly. I just feel like something's not quite what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what it feels like. And I'll just bring the jaw up, and then I'll do my horn. So something like that. So if that's the idea, I mean, their art looks really good. Me putting the eyes forward that much just throws me off a bit, and I think it might partially be because their horns actually come into the design a little bit more, maybe? So it doesn't feel as off balanced as that might be it. Ish. Said that, but let's take a look at how I'll take a look at how they draw their dragons, maybe. Which I also pulled up just the. I'll probably butcher most of the words. Imperial dragon. It's kind of it's the holy type dragon. So let's try the head from what that looks like. Be like circle. The jaw is like forward. Doesn't really. It's not quite right. So then, for me, I would have to. So there's like a head here, but as a guide, I need a. Oh, that comes back and forms with the. I just kind of used the teeth in this one, so it's a little harder to figure out. Let's get another level. Select that and move on to pencil. Start at a new level. So let's do. So that's easy to continue going through and there. And then we go BB curl. So go down like that's kind of bad. We're kind of getting the idea in. Front bang. Front bang. And I didn't really leave a lot of room for detailing. Mostly because I didn't think I would actually get into it. Probably have to do this bigger to get into detailing or zoom in and do more. Okay. Okay, so actually off this jaw has like a something like that. That's kind of interesting. And this still isn't very good, and they do line down. So be something going up. Something like that. Oh, my digital drawing is still so gross. Um, but that's kind of getting at what I'm looking to do. So we kind of define the chin. No, I'm really wishing I actually tried to do some more sketching before this. Because at least the silver dragon. Let's turn that. And that guy off. So, if I'm thinking, so the silver was a little bit easier, so maybe just for simplicity's sake, I'll do something more reminiscent of their silver dragon head. The idea I had with that is Pixel. Everyone knows how Sonic kind of has like, oh, and then Shadow is, well, not exactly that. You get the point. It goes up. Um, character notes being, so I was thinking maybe if he's in like the silvery dragon type of, a silver dragon type of army, for kobolds, and then his spines are the only ones going down instead of up. I mean, up instead of down. uh, and that could cause some tension or issues between him and other kobolds. So let's try the silver one. And it looks like, so theirs is a little less circular for that head shape. And it comes down and it goes with a curve out and curve down. And when you come down and do the jaw, feels like it comes down into here and then comes up and down. Then up and then back down because it kind of gets like this perch. To me, it looks kind of like a goatee on that image for the adult silver dragon. So if we bring that down, that up, and comes down. And his eyes are also really forward. I think it's more out of predatory type reasons. So it's like before that, and then off the so if we follow this way, it has like some also trying at this angle, trying to figure out what that means from an up tilt image. Probably wasn't the best idea for trying to do, but we're doing it nonetheless. So we have that, and then he just kind of has a little bit of spikies here. come off. Kind of until we get to here. And then, naturally, instead of having this stupid line here, they actually have where heat comes out of the skin. So we could do that if we wanted for all of them. Doesn't look like they did for that. So if we just keep it like that, and then this kind of goes like what? Under the eye and up to the muzzle. Kind of keeps the maw all the same color. So this is that way, and then there'd also be like, just for showing, there's one on the other side. Yeah, and they look very elegant and ready, I guess. Unlike the sketch. So the idea is that it's like the description in there is that they're like silver knights. I was thinking to like pull from that a little bit, and if I was to do that, so what are knight helms? Knight helms are usually like standard stuff that wouldn't actually fit on a kobold. Etc. Hazmat symbol, etc. Other ones have like Nordic helms and other ones. None of that really fits on top of a kobold's head very well. That's why I think the concept art uses like hoods and leather between their horns. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna create a new one. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna try sketching our kobold head. So humanoid, so we got more circle, we got the, so probably still come out a little bit. And then let's try and make it kind of like the silver jaw, which comes up and then comes down and comes back in. And it kind of, so it's more like double beak, less like, or at least from looking off from it. It's kind of more like that. And then let's go ahead and draw our eyes, or at least our. Let's start from that part of the head so it doesn't look so weird from broken out. I'm gonna do something like that. No, that's not right. Let's actually just new layer and make this layer a lot more transparent. For practice. More practice. So I'll keep the eye up on that line. Predator looking forward. Something like that. Something like that, and then his horns. So you maybe don't have to reference every bit of design on the silver dragon. Maybe we do recognize that. It's that. And give him a little more like maybe he could have some spikes, but we make them a little bit less. It's pointing that way. Oh, less pointing off to the right. So we kind of fake hair in that way too, because we got spikes to play with, and we could go like do something like this. And then do some do. And what? So then the rest kind of goes on the rest of the characters. Okay. So now that we know what that target looks like, let's go ahead here, and we'll probably have to lower my brush size a little bit. Take a quick drink. Mango juice. It's not brought to you by mango juice, but it is brought to you with mango juice. So start with, yeah, that's more management. And let's look at our code level. See if they're because I kind of like their proportions. Let's reflect short stature. So something like that, and then we gonna. Their idea was they kind of took the. They kind of made it all one shape a little bit. So let's walk it back a little bit. So if I'm doing that approach, I probably want something more like that. Distinguish it apart from the. And then we get here and have like a tail. The one thing I really liked about this bird dragon is kind of like feathery looking tail, but you could still it was scales. So if we go so it comes down, it goes back up, and then it goes like that, maybe. uh, uh. So then this is getting a bit better. So the cobalt would probably be silver. To doing coloring if we get that far. The Imperial Dragon had like a tail that had like hearts or something on it with talon coming out the center. Is how I would best describe it. Which looks cool, but not exactly what I'm looking for. I want to make him look more like a silver dragon to fit in with the other kobolds. Something that is cool though is they have some scales that look kind of like armor on that one. So, say we're going with that kind of. Something like that. And then just kind of follow that. Something like that. And then we'd have bigger shoulders, of course, and smaller shoulder. And I was also thinking a lot of the fighter stuff are in Pathfinder 2e was one sword, or was sword and shield. I was thinking I kind of wanted him to be like a long sword expert, or maybe I'd bring in some idea like I had an idea for a katana fighter, or maybe like a saber specialist. Something like that. I didn't start this with a pose in mind, so I didn't really have anywhere to go with it either. But then their thumb would be over it. Something like that. Probably fix the hand and some of the arm position at this first sketch. Actually, now that we have some, let's go ahead and just grab this dude and go like, get the V tool? No, I typed in the box for no reason. So let's scale him down actually. I'm only scaling him down so I can do conversion. They had 1080 resolution just so my poor little laptop doesn't die of heat exhaustion. With that we can just continue sketching, get the whole fresh. There we go. So I don't think this one really had anything that was What is it? So it's just basic-ish reptile feet. Sometimes. I think one, yeah, I don't see it particularly. So, did do some drawing last night, and I decided on one way I actually like to draw this type of thing, and I still don't quite do it very well. Right, that's probably digital. It's just me having to set. Um, Something like that. Is that better? Let me know in the chat or comments if that's better. I don't know. It feels like it should be, but no confidence in trying kobolds today. No confidence in trying. um, what if that was? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower opacity on this guy so I can work on the next layer. So I like the snout. It's looking good. Regardless of how much I say I hate my drawing, I think that snout's decent. I'm getting used to the eyes being farther back. Something like that. Let's erase some of that. Get those. Something like that. I'll probably leave it there because I'm terrified to overcomplicate it at this point. Something like that. I actually don't like this angle because it conflicts too much with that stuff. I wanted to make the arm a little bit longer. I didn't like how that was working. So if we go something like that, so I wanted to make the arm a little bit bigger. So then this comes down. The item will go through here. Still have that knuckle line going out, but this comes down and should come here. The line for the item should be, and actually it's the wrong direction for it to go, because I want to foreshorten it. Walk it all the way back to where I decided on my points. Okay, so I want that to be smaller. I want this. So I want it smaller as it approaches that point. correct? If my goal is to make it farther back, and then we go, because this arm was way too short, and now it's too freaking long. This isn't right. So, although the knuckles would be right, was the thumb position. So this should be up over. And then, like, because. Stop and look at hands. What are they? Thumb would be under on that one, knuckle over to. So that would be. Yeah. Because thumbs go inside. Thumb goes inside. And go over top. So if this was a wider object, I might do something with that, but as it is, it's not. So I'm just going to bring it out and be like that. And we'll do something with the pummel if we decide to. Actually, what if this dude is a spear fighter? I like that better. So this guy's going to be a spear fighter. And the reason I want him to be a spear fighter, oh yeah, look at how much that flex looks like. It looks better. Like it looks like it's flexing. Coming back and doing this. And if you haven't guessed what I'm doing already, what my new idea is to, okay, so now we bring in this one. And then we go, oh yeah, that is looking better, partially just because I made it thicker. I'm gonna switch back to that one, and those are, oh, those are going up. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Can I go H and move around so I can, so it goes up. So why did I want to do that? Because of that feathery looking tail I mentioned earlier. We just have like a little bit of it. This looks like crap, but Pathfinder fans will probably say I've seen that part of that. Okay, I'm drawing this wrong. And by drawing this wrong, I don't mean how it looks. I mean how I'm physically moving my hands. Um, the reason I'm not liking that is because it should be huh. Yeah, no matter what I do, that looks terrible. It just looks like absolute crap. Um, I hate drawing tails. I barely can draw a basic tail. What if we didn't? What if? What if I only drew the end of the silver dragon tail-ish, kind of? There's time to fix this yet. But I think that's kind of more what I'll be leaning towards. Because I just was not really liking it. And then, so the reason that I was thinking Spear Fighter is because watching the tail, um, I was thinking that would something like that. So it's like a blade in the shape of a silver dragon's. That looks like a broom now. That's not what I wanted. But I should convey it a little bit better. Might walk it all the way back and give it another try. So if we go follow the spear shaft, or if we just follow that same arc, didn't even do the 3, just did like a standard like finish to it. Actually, let's not make that a solid cutoff. Let's do something like that, like a scale emerging again. Here is where I should try and put up some there, some type of overgrip. So yeah, what if we did it that way? And we just make that one line. Something like that. And we're just gonna get a little bit again. Something like that. Okay. It's looking more usable. A lot more usable. Actually, I'll probably limit this down to like 2 or 3 as well. Likely 2. I'll just look, and actually I might change to look more like the wing than the tail, because the tail's been a real pain to try and just make it look like. So let's go ahead and do some armor type stuff maybe. So what would a kobold wear? That's kind of the thing, isn't it? So the breastplate is here, so this ends here about-ish. And this has to go. If it goes up, like I said, since it ends there, it might. Maybe if I don't think so hard about it. Just give him a basic breastplate like a knight would have. So like a strap under the arm or something. And then I think everybody on the silver. No, that's a bit on this. What would a silver? Silver dragon mark would probably be, I don't know. It's probably not that important. More important is how there would be chainmail probably, and then something like, I don't know. I probably would have needed to look up armors. Which I could do. Just throw greaves up in the other side. Oh, they are just boots, huh? So I'd probably do that. I think, and I'll just give him like high boots to cover shin guard. Because he would have, you know, armor there. You probably have armor here. Some type of waist. What was that? It's not pauldrons. Some other type of armor. Made specifically to protect your hips. because you kind of need your mobility right in this area, but you want to protect your hips because if your hips can't move, you can't swing. So probably heavy plate would probably be what this guy would be moving towards. And then I don't think he wears shoes. It would be the greens that just have the front. Same with this. I think he'd have racers and not. I think he'd have bracers. And then chest plate. Well, you can't have a knight without. Because, again, if your shoulders can't rotate, neither does your sword. But in this case, shield means spear. We didn't include one single thing that I've said there. So I think basic kobold, that's working pretty good. So the thing I was thinking of, since I kind of just wanted it to only show up when he's using like a, but when he doesn't attack, I kind of wanted to use like a halo around it, or maybe it would be something more like this, where it went around the breath. I'm not sure. But, or if his paladin order has a mark or something. I mean, they all are silver dragon kobolds, so it feels redundant. With how rare that would be that it's also has a secret mark. Or not a secret mark, but a symbol. But also, if they don't have a symbol, then they probably would be really easy to impersonate. So let's do a little more serious sketch to finalize this out. I'm talking we need head to toe in armor in real dramatic pose. Because this is. He is a bull, but it's not. It's nothing that we would want to finish, because it's still very concepty. So let's say I want. Nah. I kind of want that. You know. Something more like that. More like that. Idea being, so then it probably come in and at the same point, and then come down. And so then Then we have something like that. And then I'm thinking like just kind of screwed up the spacing there a little bit. But part of this problem is also how I started it, because something like that. Erase. Well, too much erase. Should imply summed up. So the hands should just be probably this. Something. You. Mm. And not brought to you by Just With Mango Juice. Um. So we come down and then probably something like that, because the strap does need to come down to about here. Then this would be the plate, and this is probably hard for anyone that isn't me to understand what I'm doing here. Or not understand, but to see what I'm doing here, because it is getting a little messy. That's too long a leg. There we go. And we got lower shoulder. And we got lower shoulder. A little bit angled towards itself. Something like that. V. Okay, so we got brush. Okay, so then we got something like that, and then we're just gonna do something like that. So then we bring it down, and it'll be shoo, then shoo, and then the blade. That's farther away, so it should be long and slender. Something like that. And be one. Or slender. Something like that. And then again with the. Okay. I didn't put any hand in there. But let's. Should have been down. And then like that, like that. Something like that. And then da 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 ba ba da da ba da da ba 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 da. Something like that, and we got most of the kobold so far. Maybe actually the bandaging is kind of interesting. Maybe since he's like a cleric or a paladin. I mean, not that, you know. Only maybe we put that really tiny freaking detail, really tiny nod towards the instead of just nodding towards him not quite being silver. Something like that, and then we can even do like a little gem here. And then we just pull in a line so we see, quote unquote, see the staff going behind him, even though it doesn't, but you know, it's kind of a weird angle. I'll probably put like, bring it down to, yeah, keep that moving, just so I don't have to draw both the arm and the pool. And with that, I think we can go ahead and create another layer yet again. Pull down the opacity of that other one by quite a lot. Actually thinking I kind of want to redraw that hand. That hand looks terrible to me. Something like that. Yeah. That's just the finger too long. Too long a finger. Should be out and back, and up. Back. Is it any better than the other one? It's a little better. Part of the main offender is probably that mistake. Something like that. So this will still look a little concepty, because I probably won't finish it. I would take a little. work tonight. Anyway, and then maybe we just simplify it to be like, nope, nope, that's simplified. Wrong. That'll fix it. Let's put this in. Separate that line a little from it a little bit. Yep. Exaggerate stomping feet. Not for any non-PG reasons, but simply because we need some, what did I need? Foreshortening. Let's undo that part. So the shoulder would have this kind of arc to it. And then we're probably not even going to show most of this. Because then we got to have room for Oh, actually, why didn't I do that before? Make this part of simplify my drawing sketch. Why am I working so hard? So if it comes down, and then just comes back forward. Yeah. And then, so if you're holding that out, you're gonna have thumb over and grip under. So it'll be thumb over. Grip under with a partial. So I hold it away. Judging by how I did the thing is not how it should be done, so let's just fix that. Now we're gonna have to slight resketch this. Shoom. Then something like that. So that's the pipe, and then it should come down. So if we bring so then let's just bring that straight back. Bring that straight back. And this is kind of covered by his face, so we don't really have any lines there. Only lines we do really have are either underneath or above. At that logic, correct? So that's and at this point I'm just gonna quit playing with the thing. You're gonna see that I'm gonna be late. So something like that. Something like that, and then crossed here for that. And I'm not gonna draw it on the armor. I'll probably draw it and then place it. Just gonna leave his eye kind of beady. So I'm not getting in super close with the details. If I was doing like a poster drawing, I probably would. Getting like super big res. But just this design would probably make it really cool. Poster design. That's too much. Let's rethink that tail again. We talked about doing more of a wing type design, which their wing is like... That's too big. Hmm. I really hate trying tails. Oh, they suck. They suck for me. I do not like them. How much per capes either? Uh, oh my god. What if? What if goes up? I just don't like this. Something more like that. I don't understand why you can't even trace it and make it look good. Maybe it's the illusion of having so many lines here that make it look nice. Well, could be. What if we just shrink you down a little bit too? And we'll turn off the undersketch because we're really not even using it at this point. As we know, we're gonna keep really thin, thin, and then this will come out. So then His hand is wrong. It still sucks. You know what? That's what it's gonna be. Just a blob hand. Can't see it. Da, da, da. I hope this is on the same. Okay, focus this thing. Alright, let's go ahead and go to. I'm gonna switch the music real quick. Looking on library, looking on. What is it? Let's go back one step. Okay. Let's look at that. How's this looking? We got a breastplate. Erase. I am just gonna follow this down. Make it look that way instead. Because I'm not liking the way it looks. And I was thinking, or as I was drawing, I was thinking, maybe that's all the symbol is for the warriors of the. I don't have the silver dragon. No originality, just warriors of the silver dragon. You know, the something like that. Something really simple that they could put on all the armor. And then up here would be like the halo, which is just a circle. And he's the only one that has that. It's not anything to do with the order, it's just his. That's stupid. It's just to do with his personal heritage. So then we have. So you'd have a holy breath weapon, you'd have all that stuff. Spear fighter, fighter class, full plate armor, just really defense. Or medium armor, more likely. Light armor, I don't know. Not sure the armor sets yet. Actually, maybe it It could be even fresh. 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 But I was just thinking it could even be like, could be breastplate and chainmail. Or, you know, just cover the really exposed areas, like chest plate, knee guards, bracers. But, you know, at that point, you might as well have the waist covers, pauldron, pauldron would be right about here. That's not going to draw very well from this angle, though, so I'm going to leave it off. And maybe even just to simplify it, I will take those off. Because in terms of, not in terms of character design, in terms of character design, they should be there. They really should. And in terms of story and place and all that stuff, they should be there. But it is just, we're probably going to want to print this guy on a note card at some point. So, or not a note card, but small piece of paper. He's not going to be a poster character. So, to have enough room to draw all of his little plates and stuff might not work the nicest. Might want a belt. I always draw belts up here. We got something there. I'd probably redraw this if I was doing this for a finished product instead of a concept character, but we're going to keep this concepty for time and all that stuff today. I think I'm just going to color the dude in now. So we don't really see the bracers in this angle pose, so don't have to worry about that. Brush, and we're actually going to make sure everything's off, except for that one top sketch layer. We're going to add a new layer, we're going to throw it below, we're going to, let's throw this up, and let's switch our brushes, and I'm going to go for the round watery. And I actually don't like straight gray. Think something about there. Let's throw the saturation up because he's supposed to be shiny scales. That's still really blue. Maybe if let's change this back to CMYK for a little bit. For sakes. Let's do really light blue. Pull the K up a little bit. Less cyan. No yellow. Light magenta. I added the magenta just because, you know, it's a warm-blooded creature still technically, so not liking that color so much. Let's do bucket. Let's do neutral. Gray. No values. Cool. Now let's do blue. Partial cyan. Okay. Full magenta. Less cyan. Do I like that color still? Nope. I just want a light tint of it. That looks pretty silvery. We'll switch back to brush. Okay, so now we'll get some sloppy paint and then did actually see like an animation that was for watching or something, and like a animation that was still pretty like cleaned up. Didn't have the same level of, or not same level of, it didn't have a really finished clean line art. So that made me that was kind of interesting. Didn't see too much of that recently. We're just gonna color in that, I guess. Actually, one more thing that would feed into this pretty well is doing a yellow accent color. No, not that place though. We put it in his horns. Something like that. And then actually, let's go ahead and get this. No, shouldn't be the same. Should be silver, but that should be strictly silver, so I'd probably turn the cyan off when I do that. Just do a really light gray. Do the blade in the really light gray too. Ah, there you go. So let's make, yeah, just so we use that color again. Armor's still gonna be that. Let's do layers. Pixel. Well, let's just leave it. Or should I? I'll try. Pixel. Brush eraser. Oh, I see what's confusing me. Brushes. Why is that not coloring well? Because I'm using a different brush. Like a genius. Yeah, just total genius using that. Then let's use that to paint in. We'll paint in these. Oh, because I left in the magenta. And the yellow. Actually, I don't have a problem with that. I think the magenta warms it up a little bit. With the skin tone being kind of cold. The slight magenta added onto the silver gray. Did forget his tail. And then I'm just using the everything else in CMYK value is the same. Where the belt armor isn't, so it's yellower. Kind of differentiates and pushes it a little bit. Cyan. And then we're just gonna go right there. Grab that a little bit more. Probably turn that off. And we'll actually go to layers pixel, add a layer. Because I want there. I'm just gonna overlay it a little bit. Make it shine, I guess. Oh. No, crap. The magenta and the yellow. And then let's go back down and do like right. Let's do cyan off, magenta off, yellow underneath. Something like that for colors, and then let's actually turn our yellow up. Something like that. And it's 7:47, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'll probably call it here. Um, if you like watching the art streams or want to catch them live, you can always check out. Um, where's this thing? There it is. You can check out live streams on twitch.tv at JIBB. So, Jib at BFP. And then YouTube at Bug Free Productions, where we have game dev tutorials and just some chill hanging out, go through drawing something from scratch. Hopefully I get good at this digital thing soon, so I can do something a little more complicated, which I haven't really gotten to do any of it yet. Anything more complicated, that is. I'll probably go back to working on that one comic in a little bit. With one Pathfinder character probably coming up, yeah, I'll do. Which will be a fun one later. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll turn the Zelda music up for a little bit while we play this out. And as always, have a bug-free night.